We're really looking forward to celebrating the possible fastest lap ever of this Goodwood motor circuit as the Brabham BT52 heads out on track. What a car. Bruce Jones now joins me alongside myself, Harry Benjamin, and we're going to get a bit of a 5-lap demonstration run here of this beautiful car. Powering around at this 80th Goodwood members meeting, and it really does stir up those feelings of nostalgia, I'm sure.
Well, Ricardo, here we are. Do you remember this one?
I remember very well. Yesterday was really an emotional moment because it's Bernie's car, my car, that I finished the last Grand Prix of the season winning myself and winning the title with Nelson. After that, a big party, as you remember. And being back in this car, really some tears, they came down because, you know, coming back to a piece of history, and anyway, for me, one of the best victory I had. It was fantastic.
It was a very special day, and Gordon, this was your baby.
It was, yeah, and I think this is the first time we've seen two of them together since '83. Fun enough, you know, I've seen one on its own before, but as you know, the history of this car was they changed the rules. We only had 3 months to go, and this was all done literally a brand new car in 3 months. It was also the world's first pit stop car, designed to do strategic pit stops. So it was quite a historic, momentous motor car, really.
Yeah. Well, talk about the pit stops with this car. You know, it was so different. We introduced, or you personally, came up with so many new ideas for the pit stops. When you think about our tyre heaters that we had, air guns, air jacks.
Air jacks, yeah. It was. But it's all very well saying we're going to stop halfway through the race, but then of course, as you say, how do you get the fuel in quickly? How do you put the heater tyres on? How do you make the pit stop short? We did a lot of video work with the team for a couple of months until we got it absolutely fast. And there were no safety regs in those days, so we could get 30 gallons of fuel in 3 seconds.
Well,
dangerous in those days.
I know when you told me, I say, well, I was young. I didn't think much about this danger, but you know, definitely we had a big advantage because of this. You remember we were testing in Donington, and we did a simulation of Grand Prix with a full tank and with this system of pit stop, and there was a big gain in time.
And I think the reason why these cars are still so popular with the public at days like today at Goodwood is the fact that was a really interesting period in Formula One, a very competitive period and a very romantic period, really. The cars were all different, you know, and the cars all had their own identity.
Also, I remember the first time that we did a practice pit stop, and I remember I was standing in front of the car, and of course with no speed limits in the pit lane, you could come in absolutely flat. I remember standing there, woo, this is not going to be for me, that's someone else's job.
Have you looked at the pictures of the pit stops? We dressed the whole team in fireproof clothing and helmets, and Herbie and I standing in front of the car with shorts and a cotton shirt on.
Now that's embarrassing. we don't talk about that. But also, I don't know what it was like in this car, but I remember the first time that we did the refueling in high pressure, and I was in the car, and the whole seat back moved out with the pressure of the fuel going in.
I know, it was dangerous. It was really dangerous, yeah. But it won the championship.
Yeah.
So.
Have you driven this car on the circuit yet?
This one?
Yeah.
Yesterday, yes.
I wasn't here yesterday, so...
No, we drove the car, both cars, myself and David Brabham, and we finished in a parade, a fantastic parade, so I think the fans, they were very happy. And it was emotional, yes, to drive.
For sure.
And I said, okay, I have to discover again how to do it, but it was very simple. Even if, because there was a very big turbo on my car, you know, the turbo lag was very heavy.
Right.
And also I had a recommendation from the guys of Bernie not to rev too high. But the problem is if you don't rev too high, the turbo is not coming in. So I had to find a compromise to make the car go, but without pushing too hard, because I have a really heavy recommendation not to force too much the speed. But at the end, the rev counter was not working very well, so we gave a little bit of push. It was fun.
What about getting back in the car? Because I believe this is actually your seat.
Yeah,
You drove the car.
that was a surprise, really, that I didn't think, because I think the car came out from the Parc Fermé of South Africa, and the seat and the pedals, they stayed the same for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And I came here, jumped in, I said, I feel very familiar. In fact, they told me that my driving position was there 40 years waiting for me.
Wow.
So really very emotional.
Anyway, it's fantastic to be back at Goodwood,
Yeah.
and to see both cars together, and also so other people can enjoy seeing them too. So
Exactly.
Only the Duke can do a thing like that, to have two BT52 in the same place and running together.
I think this will be the one and only time. And now, Gordon, you've gone from this, and all of a sudden a fan car that we had for Formula One, and now we've got a fan car for the road.
yes, so funny how things come around in circles.